PSVR2 is coming to PC with limitations, a Shogun actor may be up for a role in the Ghost of Tsushima movie, Dragon's Dogma 2 DLC rumors, Geoff Keighley sets expectations for Summer Game Fest, and more. Let's get to the PlayStation news. Sony has provided little support for PSVR2 and it could even be this generation's PS Vita, but it may get better for whoever has one and a PC. PlayStation VR2 PC compatibility finally arrives this August 7, allowing any user to play thousands of VR games on Steam, including Half-Life Alyx, Fallout 4 VR, and War Thunder. For that, you'll need to shell out an additional $60 for the PSVR2 PC adapter, available for purchase on PlayStation Direct and select retailers soon. Besides that, your PC will need to have at least an Intel Core i5 or AMD Ryzen 3 3100, 8GB of RAM, either an NVIDIA GTX 1650 Turing architecture or later, or an RTX card, or an AMD Radeon RX 5500 XT or 6500 XT or later. A DisplayPort 1.4, a USB connection, Bluetooth 4.0 or later, and Windows 10 or 11. Setting up the device only requires you to connect the PSVR2 to the adapter and that to your PC via a DisplayPort cable. Download the PSVR2 and Steam VR app so you can set up the play area and start playing. There's one caveat to this, and it's the fact that all PSVR2 features won't be enabled on PC. You can play with 4K visuals, 110-degree field of view, finger touch detection, foveated rendering, see-through view, and 3D audio in supported games. But you won't have HDR, headset feedback, eye tracking, adaptive triggers, and haptic feedback. Sony says that PSVR2 was designed to experience with PS5, but host players will be able to enjoy the expanded library on PC. So it doesn't seem they will enable these features in the future, but maybe the community will. Do you have a PSVR2 and will you take advantage of the compatibility? Let us know in the comments. Before we talk about Geoff Keighley setting up expectations for Summer Game Fest, here are some quick gaming stories that you need to know. SIE has officially 2 new CEOs starting this week, as Hideaki Nishino and Herman Holst have taken the roles. As part of the change, they shared a joint statement saying that, and I quote, "The PlayStation community is at the heart of everything we do. While we don't always get things right, we always listen, learn, and grow and adapt. Thank you for being with us these past 30 years. We appreciate our community and we want to be transparent and share what we can about our exciting new organizational structure." The post also includes an email shared to employees where they mention this is an important time to review the business and move forward to bring the best of the organization and deliver incredible experiences. A new rumor from reliable leaker Daniel RPK says the legendary actor Hiroyuki Sanada, who recently stars in the TV series Shogun, is apparently in talks for a role in the Ghost of Tsushima movie. This is not yet confirmed by either the actor or Sony, but some fans have started thinking about which role Sanada could have, with many users on Reddit pointing out he would be a great Lord Shimura. Dragon's Dogma 2 fans are hoping for Capcom to announce DLC for the game at this week's Summer Game Fest, given that the hype trailer for the event features several clips from the game, along with other upcoming titles. So far, the Summer Game Fest and Capcom's Twitter accounts have confirmed they will have more Monster Hunter Wilds to show, but Capcom is also sending some invites to creators to not miss Summer Game Fest, so we'll see if they have more to show. Either way, keep your expectations in check, more on that in a minute. Ubisoft's free-to-play FPS XDefiant could be getting some crossovers with other Ubisoft games, such as Rabbids, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry New Dawn, and The Crew. That's coming from Twitter user RogueTX, who data-mined the game and found that new factions from those games could be added soon, plus new weapons. Maybe we'll hear something about that in the upcoming Ubisoft Forward next Monday. This year's Call of Duty appears to be launching again as a DLC for the Call of Duty HQ app, according to a Reddit user who found the listing on SteamDB. This likely means this game and all Call of Duty games moving forward will launch like that on console, and sadly it could also mean the game won't have a Platinum trophy, at least on PS5, as it happened with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 last year, unless Sony or Activision fix it. Metal Slug Tactics has been announced for PS4, PS5, Xbox One and Xbox Series, and will be launching this year alongside Switch and PC, which were the original platforms on which the game was announced 3 years ago. Developer Dotemu released a new gameplay trailer with the announcement that promises a strategic twist to the classic arcade series. Larian Studios has announced that they will be adding mod support for Baldur's Gate 3 this September with an official toolkit for PC. The feature will be first tested in several beta waves starting this week and expanding in July to polish patch 7 for release. Mods will launch on PC first and are expected to roll out on PlayStation, Xbox and Mac later, with the use of the mod.io platform. Supermassive Games has announced the delay of Little Nightmares 3 from 2024 to 2025. The studio shared a statement on Twitter saying they want to give the game the care and love it deserves, while keeping quality as the top priority. There's no official release window outside of just 2025, but they also said they will share more about the game this summer. Next Summer Game Fest is this Friday and I'll be doing a reaction live, so remember to subscribe, but also a reminder to manage your expectations as there won't be any huge announcements. For that, Geoff Keighley hosted a Q&A on Twitch over the weekend saying that
usually big surprises, we're thankful for those, and big new reveals. This show is it's largely focused on announced stuff, and there are absolutely new game announcements throughout the show, but just to level set, it's not all brand new stuff. It tends to be things that are coming out later this year, and there are things that we will announce that will come out later this year that haven't been announced yet.
He continued by saying that there definitely are things that are being announced, but this is not a show that has a lot of coming in 2026 or 2027, or teasers for games that are years and years out. That's generally what I would say in terms of expectation settings. An example of that is Kingdom Hearts 4, which fans were hoping was going to be there, maybe because last year Square had the big Final Fantasy VII Rebirth trailer. Geoff Keighley said that fans can keep hoping, but they are setting themselves up for failure by expecting anything regarding that game. The show could still have some interesting stuff like a new entry in a fan favorite series from 2K Games, new stuff from Monster Hunter World, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Sega games like Metaphor and Sonic Cross Shadows Generations, maybe a new reveal from Sony that could be Lego Horizons. Hopefully the show will have a good flow and won't feel like 2 hours of wasted time. What are you hoping to see announced at Summer Game Fest this year? Let me know your thoughts about that and any of these news in the comments below. If you want more PlayStation and gaming news, remember to subscribe and hit the bell to never miss an episode. You can also check out the previous video where we talk about Astro Bot being the most liked trailer from State of Play, Sony Bend's huge budget for their next game, Metal Gear Solid Delta may be launching in 2025, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.